So Ace is Wild, The Storm, Scene 1, Shot 1, Take 1. Action.
Don't see that every day.
We got a bear soaking a cowboy.
I told you the Old West was the way we needed to go, Galahad.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this behind the scenes / making of the storm video. I've got a lot of notes over here on my other screen, so if you see me looking that way, I can't remember this all. So let's just go ahead and dive right into it. This whole thing was shot on the Canon R8 C-Log 3. I housed it in a newer cage with a top handle for stability. Most of the video was shot handheld. There was a couple tripod shots. The 35mm lens I used, which is the RF 1.8, had image stabilization. When I did use a tripod, it was the small rig travel tripod, and I just had a little generic video head on there. Really wanted to try and keep it light, run and gun, not waste any time. The lenses, I used the Canon RF 35 1.8 as I said, and that was the primary lens for almost everything in this video. The dream scene, which we shot first, I did use the RF 50mm 1.8 for a couple close-ups, and for a distorted look in the dream, for a couple of the shots, I used the Canon RF 60mm 2.8, got in real close to give that kind of wide, distorted look. But really, after shooting the dream scene, I fell in love with that Canon RF 35 1.8. It was just awesome. I decided it was good for everything from pseudo-wide shots to close-ups. The image stabilization worked great. I really love the 1.8 for keeping things real shallow depth of field. And it's just an amazing lens. For a video lens, for that price, around $500, I couldn't be happier. We did use some KNF filters. Use the KNF variable ND filter just so that I could keep our shutter at 148, the 180 degree shutter rule. And then for the dream scene, used a variable ND with a quarter black mist, and that was KNF as well. At night, we didn't use any filter at all. For audio, kept it real simple, real light and easy. Used the Rode Go mic, put it on actually monopod since I didn't have a boom, and I hooked it to my little H1N. I do have an H4N, which is technically a lot better, a lot more inputs, but the quality is pretty similar, and we don't have a just dedicated sound guy, so I wanted to keep it simple. I attached that H1M to a monopod and stuck it on the Rode Go mic, and it worked pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how it came out in almost every shot. For lighting, all the day scenes were just natural light. We shot in the golden hour. For the night, we had an LED lantern that kind of simulates that flame style, and our prop guy, RT, also our bear guy, also our trapper, he did some distressing on it with some paint, and our performance from Cody lighting and blowing out the lantern, man, it just sold it. Wait till you guys see this. For the moon at night, we used the Viltrox 30 watt, put it on a pole high up in the sky, and that was to simulate moonlight and just give us enough light to be able to operate the camera and see what we were doing. Other than that, we had the light from the fire. And the little wee light when we went into the bushes to do the bear, that was our moonlight for that. Just put it on a little tripod, moved it out in the bushes, and got our bear shots. So that was really pretty much it for gear. We kept it pretty minimal. I want to give a special thanks to all the crew. Everybody helped with a little bit of everything. We didn't have any dedicated nothing. I mean, everybody got in on set design. Everybody got in on props. Everybody just really pulled together and helped out. I know I'm going to forget something as we break this down. I'm going to forget to give somebody props. It's not intentional. Our actors were amazing in every shot. Cody and Daryl were there to capture the main characters from the book, and they just captured their essence great. RT, as I mentioned, came through with props. He played the trapper. He did awesome as the bear. We had him out there in a gorilla suit crawling through the woods, and then he got to play with Diva some while wearing the suit. He was hot. He was a little miserable, but he did great. Skylar, he nailed the theme music. He scored most of this, and he also did a really good job as our Confederate soldier. I mean, he just sells it. Brooke, she played Abby, did an amazing job as well. Our camera operator for the dream scene, Avith, he came out, he did a superb job. He did a really good job with camera operation. And of course, I have to give a really big shout out to Michelle, my wife. She was the director, and she just did a really good job making this dream come true. The cohesion between the actors, the script, the just working with everybody, pulling the crew together. She did an awesome job. I really think she deserved that award as Best Female Director for the World's Film Festival in Cannes. And let's listen to her now. Let's hear a few words from our director, and then we'll dive right into breaking this film down. All right, everybody, our fearless director, Michelle Touchstone, also known as my wife.
I am. I'm your wife.
Hope so.
I just woke up one day with this on my finger, so I guess so. Yeah, I mean, I guess Touchstone implies.
You could do better.
No. Maybe. I'm just kidding.
All right. First question. I drug you out to get on camera to do this interview. How does that make you feel?
Do you want the real answer, or?
Probably want to lie.
It's just great. It's excellent, yes. A little awkward.
She doesn't like getting on camera.
Maybe sometimes, but yeah. I'm director.
Speaking of director, what was your favorite moment or scene from Ace's Wildest Storm? Favorite moment is in fun shooting or the way a scene came out?
Well, it's hard because there's a lot of things. But in the storm, I guess that whole part with Chase and Chance backing away in the dark.
After the dream?
Yeah.
When Chase has cut Chance loose and Chance is kind of backing away and Chase is...
like looking out there like, what's out there? I'm not quite awake yet. What is it? And Chance, on the other hand, is like, are you stupid? It's a freaking bear. Back away! Get out of here. Run!
And for this film, you won Best Female Director at the World's Film Festival in Cannes. Pronounced it Cannes earlier. It is Cannes.
It is indeed Cannes, yes.
What are your feelings on that?
That is really more about how great the team worked together. I had a really good team that did what we all needed them to do, and a great DP, of course, okay. But...
She's kissing butt now.
No, it's true. A director is only as good as their team. So I think it's more, out of 16 pages of finalists, that we got down to 3 of us chosen for that, and we won.
We also got nominated for Best Western and Best Independent
against
Short
one other
film.
film for nominee, and against 2 other nominees
for Best Independent. So not bad for only our second short film other than our Christmas special. Don't go watch that.
Don't.
And what's next?
So I guess would be doing Dog Days of Durnville.
That is our next project.
Gotta kind of keep you on your toes and keep you in line. Not my crew, my cast and crew, they're phenomenal. But this one's trouble. Yeah.
We're looking at a pilot style episode shooting for around 30 minutes. So just kind of the whole intro to the book.
I thought you said 3 minutes. I'm just kidding. I know. Yeah.
So that's what's coming up next. Anything else you want to say?
Bring it. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for the next movie. I'm getting bored, restless. Let's go.
That's what I want to hear. Hope you guys are ready too. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed hearing from Michelle, our director. She did a great job. Made her get on camera here, but she did good, right? Hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, let's roll this film. Got our little intro screen. Most of this was scored by Skylar Lloyd, excellent musician. And here we go, hopping right into it. We're picking up where the first aces left off. Chance has been caught, and he is being kind of shame-walked through the desert because when he robbed Chase in the first film, he took him of everything, his dog, his clothes, and this is kind of Chase's revenge. So, little backstory behind that. Chance wanted that dog. He wanted to ransom that dog to the criminals who were tired of bounty hunting Chase and his dog, capturing him and bringing him in. But now tables have turned, and Chase is bringing in Chance for his bounty, which is for the card sharpen. Let's roll it.
Card sharper, huh?
Not always. Used to.
Look at the lighting on this. Look, this is just shot in the golden hour, and that look that Daryl's given, he's playing Chance. I just love it. I love that shot. I paused it in a perfect spot. See a little twinkle in his eyes. And we did a fake horse here too. We'll get into that here in a little bit.
Have a good job at the mine. But when they shut it down, well, I had to feed my family somehow.
Oh, so you got a family now. Lovely wife, cute kid.
Alright, so the fake horse, we weren't sure if we could pull it off. We thought about just having the two walking through the desert, but we wanted to try it because that's how it's written in the book. So Cody is actually standing on a stool, and we're just kind of pointing the camera up at him, but it really worked out. And the dynamic of the hero shot looking up and then looking down at Daryl, who's playing Chance, it just kind of, it brought it all together. It really gives some powerful imagery. And now we have RT, who is playing our trapper, walking in, and he's going to help sell this even further. There went Diva. So this shot right here, and something about this shot, RT actually wasn't on set with Cody and Daryl. He couldn't make the shoot. Work got in the way, so we brought him in a couple days later, and it was really a happy accident. Things just kind of worked out. So we had planned on this backlighting of the straw there. I thought it'd look really cool, but what we didn't know was he was going to wear that coonskin hat. He had talked about it. We weren't really feeling it. We said, how about a cowboy? He showed up with the coonskin, and we are glad he did, because the backlighting on that looks awesome. This shot right here, this character, I just love it. So watch when Cody goes by. This was his suggestion, that if we moved the camera opposite of the way the horse would be moving, stopped when he noticed RT, and then moved on, it would simulate the horse moving through the frame. And then we got RT. When he came back, even though Cody wasn't there, we walked by with a tripod high in the sky, told him to focus on it, and it looks like he is watching Cody walk through the frame. The whole thing just comes together. Did a lot of Foley. We got horse bridles, ropes, clothes, neighs, and it just, I think we really sold this fake horse idea. That look from Daryl, he's embarrassed. That look from, man, here it is. He's standing still on the stool.
Don't see that every day.
And that line, another happy accident. If RT had shown up the first day, we probably wouldn't have put that line in there. It wasn't in the script. We watched the first day's footage, and we decided it needed a line of dialogue. So when RT came back, we threw it in there, and we just love it. This whole scene, it really came together great. The looks these guys give, all three of them, is just, we had some good actors. Put the little rope sounds in there.
Put your damn clothes on.
Right there. All right, that is our transition. So that's the end of scene 1. And Cody Chase, he's a little embarrassed now himself by perp walking Daryl through the desert. And he throws his clothes to him, tells him to put them on. And the reason I had him throw the clothes over the camera is I wanted to transition right into the night scene, and I thought it was kind of a cool shot. So here we're going to go right into the camp. That was total improv. That hatchet wasn't in the script. Cody wanted to do it. Glad he did. Worked out great. And something about these night scenes, the Canon R8 did a fabulous job. There's hardly any noise. And what I did as the DP was really just focused on the highlights for exposure, and I let the blacks just fall off into the distance. And this part of the camp scene here, we don't have any music. I really wanted just nature sounds, the campfire. I really wanted you to just feel like you were there in the woods because it's where I love to be, and I thought it made it pretty powerful. That look from Daryl. That's total improv too, kicking that dirt up. Cody's idea. This tent is a walking stick that my wife got from her grandma and a canvas tarp from Harbor Freight. Here's our LED lantern. Watch how it looks like he blows it out. It's just awesome. Put a lot of Foley into that too. There's our horse keeping the illusion alive.
Hey, you gonna let me freeze to death? Don't I get some shelter?
So the rain. We built the rain machine. Daryl and I built it, and it put out a lot of water, and I did a lot of test shoots in my backyard. So this is a mix. It's a mix of the practical rain and a mix of the CGI. Because what I learned with my practice shoots was if I put enough light to backlight the rain, it ruined my dark blacks, and I really wanted the highlight dark black look. So decided not to backlight the rain, just get what we could and CGI the rest. But we did use the rain machine. We used it for wet downs. Part of this is the actual raindrops. You just couldn't see it enough. We used it to soak the heck out of Daryl. You'll see that here soon. And we used it for some up close shots where you could see water dripping and stuff like that. But it is a mix of CGI and of the rain machine. And the lightning is all CGI. I did that with different opacities of white frames in post. Just kind of overlaid them over the actual footage. Just look on Daryl's face.
There you go.
Hat. That's improv.
You know, you could always snuggle up with honey if it gets too cold.
Love it. So now we got Cody drifting off in the La La Land. This shot right here. This is where we just soaked the heck out of Daryl with that rain machine. The moon is actually a stock footage shot from Pixabay. I wanted it for a transition to kind of show that the storm was passing. We tried to catch something on camera, but the full moon never timed right with the clouds. So this is the one piece of stock footage in here. Just look at Daryl drenched in the rain coming off his hat. I wanted this shot because it's really powerful imagery from the novel.
No.
Cody's drifting off in the La La Land. Chase is having a sweet dream, gonna turn into a nightmare. And Daryl's wondering what the heck is going on.
Have you tried to stop?
Alright, let's talk a little bit about this dream scene. So this is where I used the ND filter with a quarter black mist from K&F to kind of give it that dreamy effect. I put a white vignette on there. For the color grade, I wanted some really dense colors. I wanted those reds and blues. They're kind of associated with the American flag because we got a little bit of a it's supposed to be bringing in some of his past from the Civil War. I wanted it to have kind of an eye poppy saturated look. And another thing about this, at first I wanted it all silent film. Luckily we ran audio to get the spoons tapping and stuff because the silent film look didn't work. What we told the characters were to play like they were on a date. That is Brooke, who played Abby, and they did a really good job just improvising lines, and thank God they did, because in the end the silent film look was boring and I ended up using all their ad-lib dialogue. So another happy accident and just a good testament to how great our actors were. Let's roll it.
Strawberries yet? I picked them this morning. They're really good.
I'll go for a cracker.
Okay. We have some bread. I'll cut it. What is this? Did you put this in there?
Yeah.
Is it for me?
This music and the main theme, all done by Scholar Lloyd, great composer. He did most everything except for one of the songs we brought in from the last video and the President's March, which we'll hear shortly, but he did a great job.
You didn't have to get me anything. It's a harmonica. Thank you. I really don't know how to play it, but I guess I can learn.
Give it your best shot.
Oh, I couldn't. I'd be too embarrassed. I don't think I can. Okay,
So these close-ups were shot with the 50mm, and we had a different camera operator for the dream scene. Didn't work out for the whole film, but Avith came in for the dream scene, and he did a really great job.
give it a shot. It's terrible.
So what's happening here is his dream is starting to turn into a nightmare. As it's written in the book, the harmonica starts to sound like a trumpet and the sticks start to sound like snare drums because there's a Confederate about to come in, and it's supposed to be that, you know, the war drums and such. We did our best to make it work. Hopefully we did pretty good. I'll roll this some more. So Abby has no idea what's going on in his dream. She's just loving it, but he's starting to realize with the funny sounds and stuff that something's happening here. So this is our 16mm shot. Playing this out on purpose to give it this distorted look. This is Chase, Cody kind of coming to reality, realizing that something's off. This isn't just a pleasant dream. That's also why for these couple shots I dropped the color grade. This is just a log to Rec 709 conversion. I wanted it to look natural coming back to reality, but also twisted as far as perspective goes. Just kind of throw you guys' mind for a loop. There's our composer, Skylar Lloyd, Jacob, and he sold this Confederate. If you notice the color grade, it's a lot cooler. I wanted it to feel uncomfortable and kind of cold to contrast that warm, dreamy feeling. And Jacob, who goes by Skylar Lloyd, that's his actor's composer's name, he asked me, he said, "How do you want me to act?" I said, "You're on the hunt. You're out to get him." And man, watch these looks. He nailed it. And that is it for the dream scene. So that gunshot coincides with the thunder. It's waking up Chase, and he's in for a surprise. The only lighting we have now is the moon. The fire's been put out by the rain. Chase is all sweaty there, getting up out of his tent. He has no idea what's going on. He just had a nightmare. Thunder woke him up. He's clutching his pistol, and he's about to get a rude awakening. So this is meant to kind of have that horror vibe. We didn't really want to show the monster. We're going by that kind of Jaws mantra. Don't show the monster. Just hint that it's there. It's a little scarier. And we didn't have a real bear, so we were doing the best we could. But it all really worked out well. RT, who played the trapper, is in a gorilla suit with a bear mask going through the woods. And we just wanted to catch the little nuances of the branches and see a little fur moving through the bushes, and it worked great. But now Chase has heard that growl, and he's running over the meat Chance. He ain't gonna let him get eaten alive, so here we go. Chance knows what's up. So he thinks he put his knife in the sheath, but he dropped it. And Chance knows it. Look at that look. These guys were great actors. So this is probably my favorite shot. I love the lighting. How you can just see one eye, half their face. It's really dramatic. The Canon R8 handled it really well. And I just love the looks these guys are giving. Chase is kind of, he's still waking up. What's going on? Chance, he's been listening to this creature for a bit now, and he's looking at Chase like, you're nuts. Something's out there. It's big. What are you doing? Watch.
Bear! Where's the damn dog?
So Diva, who played Honey, both of them are terrified of thunder. So she's cowered in the tent. But at the same time, when the bear makes its move, she ain't going to let nothing happen to her master. This is our CGI bear. Daryl made the CGI bear. Looks pretty good. We kept it dark because we're not professionals at CGI. I did all the CGI gunshots. First time doing it. Got my assets from SoundCrate, the free version. So the bear fight scene. Don't think we did nothing wrong to our dog. We love this dog. This is Diva playing with RT in the costume, and I'm just getting him real close with my camera, shaking it, just catching that fur. And for this particular shot right here, this is the costume laying on the ground with a bowl of Diva's food under it. So she's trying to get to her food, and that's all the clawing and biting. And then in post, I flipped it sideways so it looks like she's coming into the side of the bear. And it all came together pretty good. So this is probably my second favorite shot of the film. This is just going to be one long tracking shot, and the lantern's going to be the primary lighting. I love these kind of shots in film, and it really worked out great for us. Look at him light that lantern. It looks real, doesn't it? All the little Foley helping sell the metal clanks. It's actually just a little cheap plastic lantern. I love this contrast of the moonlight and the lantern there, the highlights. So this is our dead bear. And RT, our prop guy, he made a really cool bear head. It looked good. We planned on using it. You can see a little bit of the mouth down there. But it was 1 o'clock in the morning, y'all. We were tired and we didn't do a good job laying this bear out. We laid him out like a bearskin rug and we didn't stuff him enough. It looked like, my wife said, Cookie Monster got steamed roll. So I had to zoom in post and cut out RT's bear head so it didn't look so cheesy with the arms out beside it like a rug. Sorry, RT, you did a good job. We messed up, but here we go. There's our bear. So he just realized his knife's gone, Chance is gone. Chance has done cut the ropes and he's hightailed it. But not before taking a little dig at old Chase, letting him know, I got away, buddy. Left his calling card.
Oh yeah, he got you good.
Love the way this shot came out.
Girl. Yeah, I know.
And that brings us to our final scene. So this scene was actually shot when we did the very first opening where Daryl was in the long johns. He went and got dressed. We got this shot and I color graded it to make it look like sunset. Worked out great. Daryl's looks are awesome. My wife actually dubbed over the whistle. So something about this whistle. If you watch the first Aces Wild, it is the tune that Chase played on the harmonica when he finally caught Chance and was sitting down to relax. And this is just a little look in the Chance's. He's kind of idiot savant. That's why he's such a good card sharper. He picks things up like that. He heard this tune one time and now he's just he's gloating. He knows it. He's whistling it to his escape. Just a little look into the character. And this is our final shot. And we actually shot this that night in the camp. It was dark. What I did was bring our Viltrox 35 down. That was our moon. I put it right behind the tent, cranked it up, and turned it really warm to simulate a sunrise. And that's a wrap, y'all, for Aces Wild the Storm. Our next project, The Dog Days of Durnville, is in the work. Hoping to come out 2025. Go ahead and check out our Aces Wild page because we got some cool swag there. We got t-shirts, tumblers, scented candles, hoodies, hats. It's got a lot of one-liners from the books. Speaking of the books, the novels are available on Amazon. I'll link all this down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, thanks for watching.
You know what? I'm gonna be in my trailer. Okay, I'm done.
Whatever, man.
Where's my trailer? Hey, you got me a trailer. Right?
Damn actors.
You got me a trailer?
Oh, Winnebago.
Okay.